Hi, I'm Mary Michaels with Live Well Sioux Falls, and welcome to the Live Well Health Feed, the show that's designed to feed your mind with helpful health information. So 2020, right? I mean, what a whirlwind it has been. And now all of a sudden we're here right with the holiday season upon us. So today we have Chef Ellen with us, who's going to help give some tips on how to navigate this holiday season to keep you healthy and at your best. So Chef Ellen, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
So it has been kind of a crazy time.
Yeah.
And now, I know people are thinking about having come out of quarantine, and maybe they were worried about spending too much time by their refrigerator. And now we're at the holiday season where we're back at the office and there might be sweets and treats in the break rooms and parties maybe socially distanced. So what's kind of your best tips for people who are thinking about this holiday season, maybe wanting to enjoy some of their favorites but not go overboard?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to set yourself up for success, basically. So if you know that you're a snacker, bring healthier snacks with you. It doesn't mean you can't have a cookie every now and again, but have some like vegetables or something like that off to the side in the fridge so that you can be like, no, I can go this route this time. But the more you plan ahead and have those things readily available, the more likely you are to snack on them instead of something else.
And that's a great point. So kind of being that prepared. And so what are some things that people can do to maybe plan ahead or prep, and maybe some time saving tips, because we all know we get busy at this time of year as well.
Yeah.
So what are some good ways that people can do some of that prep and time saving tips?
So the easiest thing is when you get the groceries, portion things out then. So if you don't like chopping carrots or celery, buy the already chopped ones. They have like the shortcut section at the store, So grab those and then grab your containers that you're going to put them in and put a few in, a stack of containers. Keep those in the fridge so that they're ready and handy to go. There's a bunch of free programs that you can use to pull recipes if you want to like meal plan and get groceries that way. And you can always use those to say, okay, that way I'm going to stay on track with these recipes these 3 days and I know I'm going to have the groceries there for them. So just simple things like that require just a few minutes of planning time but can really give you more time during the week.
Yeah, and I know that with the cooking, and you've been part of the food scene in Sioux Falls for quite a while in different capacities. So how do you cook for other people that maybe if they're looking for something that's a little more low sodium, or they're thinking about, watching carbs, maybe they have diabetes and they need to think about some of their health conditions? What are some ways that people can maybe twist, give a twist to some of those recipes to address dietary concerns?
The biggest thing is kind of just cooking from as many whole foods and from scratch as much as possible. So, that doesn't necessarily always mean making your stock from scratch. That's a great way to avoid sodium. You just don't throw salt in, but they make low sodium stocks at the store. So you can use those in recipes. If you're using whole fruits and vegetables, you're already going to be a step ahead. For cutting carbs, there's tons of ways to maybe not lose all of the carbs that you like, but to make it healthier. So things like zucchini noodles mixed with pasta is one. You can mix cauliflower and vegetables with your potatoes is another. Spaghetti squash is another great one that you can use in place of pasta for a variety of dishes. So all of those things, you can start using those little tips and tricks. One that's really easy to start with is even wheat bread and wheat pastas and brown rice instead of the white versions,
Sure, that's a great point. And then that kind of leads into sweets. So there's also substitutions you could do, maybe, if you want to give some of those holiday treats that you enjoy, but maybe change them up a little bit. Are there some good baking substitutions that people could check out?
There's certainly a lot of substitutions you can use, and it also depends on what recipes you're starting with. If you look for recipes that have things like whole fruits in them that you can use, those are going to be a little bit healthier than if you're going for something just laden with chocolate. Go with peanut butter in your desserts because that's going to add a little bit of the protein and the things that you need. So there's a lot of kind of just little tweaks that you can make. I find even in baking, substituting some whole wheat flour instead of the white flour. I don't go all the way, but that little bit makes a difference.
Sure, that's great. And when we come back, Chef Ellen is going to give us a little demonstration of one of these little healthier substitutions that you might want to add to your holiday dishes. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Quaid from Falls Community Health, here to talk about distracted driving. In 2018, 400,000 people were injured secondary to distracted driving, most commonly texting. Reading or sending a text message takes your eyes off the road for 5 seconds. A car traveling at 55 miles per hour will travel the length of a football field in that amount of time. So what can you do to help? First and foremost, lead by example. Then, discuss the dangers of distracted driving with family and friends. So when you're driving, remember, that text can wait.
Hi, welcome back to the Live Well Health Feed. I'm here with Chef Ellen, and we're talking about ways to get you through the holidays with a healthy twist. So earlier, Chef Ellen, you were talking about spaghetti squash.
Yes.
As a great alternative for getting some more vegetables into the meals, but also maybe as an alternative for a carb. So if you're looking for a way to maybe, give up a little pasta and have something else. So walk us through how to prepare a spaghetti squash.
Okay, so spaghetti squash, about like this. This is a smaller one. They can get pretty big, which gets really intimidating, but they're pretty simple to cook. No matter the size, if you've got a microwave, you can prick it all over with a fork, throw it in your microwave for 6 minutes. You can get up to 12, 15 for the bigger squashes, but let it cool and you'll be able to cut right through it. The other way to do it, which we did over here, is to roast it, where we cut it in half and scooped out the seeds, which if you microwaved it, you would just scoop out the seeds afterwards. But then we just coated it with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper, roasted it in a 375-degree oven for about half an hour, and we've got spaghetti squash. So
simple.
Yeah, so then all you do is you take a fork either way, and you just give it a little bit of a shred, and you've got your nice little noodles.
All right, so I'm going to let you shred that one, and I'm just going to ask you little questions. We're going to get to know Chef Ellen a little bit here.
All right.
So you cook all day for other people.
Yes.
When you're done, what do you cook for yourself?
Oh, it depends. We really like tacos at home because we've got kids, so we're, in that phase of let's cook something with toppings that everybody else can put together.
Yeah. So what's something that's always in your fridge?
Salsa, eggs.
That's
Always
big.
gotta have eggs.
So you can do a lot of things with eggs.
You can do everything
Eggs
with
all
eggs.
day. Okay, so we're getting into the holiday season. So what's your favorite holiday food?
Oh, I love the holiday main dishes like beef Wellington, whole turkeys, prime rib, briskets. That's the good stuff.
Yeah. What about least favorite holiday food? Like things that you hear other people like and you're like, nah, not for me.
Every year my family makes oyster casserole. Well, by my family I mean my dad and several of his brothers and sisters, and 30 years later I still can't do that one.
Okay, so hot cocoa or apple cider?
Hot cocoa.
Yeah.
With a few little marshmallows.
It's getting to be that time too. Okay, pies, pumpkin or apple?
Apple. It's not,
And the
no
healthy choice,
contest.
well, I guess pumpkin not so bad either. So do you do presents Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Christmas Eve, though my kids try to talk me into Christmas, or Christmas Day, but my kids try to talk me into Christmas Eve, so.
Okay, favorite reindeer? Which Santa's reindeer is your favorite?
Rudolph just persevered through so much.
Yeah.
You really just got to hand it to him.
He did. He's a leader.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you've got this
we've
all
got
shredded up.
Yes, so this is all just from one half of a spaghetti squash. So with a whole spaghetti squash, you can feed a family of 4 usually.
That's awesome. And so obviously there's probably a lot of things you could do with something like that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I see that you already have something all prepared. So show us something that you can do with spaghetti squash.
So here we just mixed it with a very basic tomato sauce, topped it with a little bit of parsley, and we've got some roast vegetables on the side.
That's beautiful. And you could add a protein.
You could add meatballs on top. You could have sausage or beef in the sauce. Another way we've done it that's super easy is get some beef or chicken and a little bit of barbecue sauce, toss it in the spaghetti squash, top it with cheese, you've got a casserole.
Brilliant. And a great way to maybe get the kiddos to eat some vegetables and they don't really know what they're having.
Exactly.
Well, great tips for helping us get through these next few months in a healthy way. Beautiful dishes. Get your veggies in. So for more recipes, tips, and tricks, you can visit our website at livewellsiouxfalls.org. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You'll also find some tips there for staying active in the cold weather. So we want you to eat well and move well this holiday season. Thanks so much for tuning in, and join us next time on the Live Well Health Feed.